Did with these.
I just thought it was kind of cool over there.
Yep. I like the internationals. I like them because they're different.
This is the only gold edition out there.
Now, what do you mean by gold edition?
Well, gold hubcaps and the gold dash.
You think that was original?
That's my wife.
Oh, okay.
She saw the gold up here. She goes, why don't you just do those hubcaps?
Just got this international truck, guys, loaded up on the trailer. Appears to be in pretty good shape. It isn't perfect, but it's in really solid condition. The front of the bed looks good. There's some patchwork on the lower part there of that bed, but not bad. Got a liner inside of it, which I think looks good and makes them more usable. Brand new tires. These are bias ply tires, but they are brand new. Good condition. Truck's got or has had very little rust. We'll get you a better look at it when we get home. But I'm in Kansas, where I picked this thing up. And we're gonna end up driving her all the way to Indiana on the trailer. I'm not trying to drive it home. Well, guys, as you can see, I got her home. She's in the shop, and I just started it up. It started up real easy, but it runs a bit rough. I think we've got issues with this carburetor. I was told by the previous owner that it was rebuilt before he got it, and he only had it for about a year and a half. He did a bunch of the body work and the paint, but he really didn't do a whole lot in the way of mechanicals because he thought it ran pretty good. And it sits here and idles pretty good, but give her a little throttle here and you'll kind of wants to fall on its face when you give it too much fuel. Backfiring through the carburetor. Now typically, guys, my experience with that is that it's either running lean or the timing's off, or maybe a combination of the two. That's my experience with it. If you have a better idea or something that maybe I need to check other than timing or lean fuel mixture, please let me know, because I'm not at all a mechanical expert on this stuff. It's just a hobby. It's a 266 V8. My understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, 266 V8, 304 V8, and a 345 V8 by International, you could interchange those three engines, that they would just bolt right in. So I don't know that 100% because I've not done it myself, but I do have another engine at the farm. We have a 345 and a Lodestar, so we're going to be junking that here soon, and I'm going to be pulling that engine and transmission out of that truck. But you can see it runs really good. The radiator is as new, really. I don't know if that's going to focus particularly well on that. I think it's wanting to focus on the grill more than the radiator, but the radiator just looks perfect. It was probably recorded at some point. It's too nice to have not been done. There's some body work. You can see some of the old fiberglass hanging down here at the bottom. Let me zoom in there. Yeah, you can see some of that there. It's on both sides of the floorboards. So, not done particularly well, but I can live with it for now until I need to deal with it, and then I'll do it right. Alright, I'll go ahead and shut it off. Give you a look at the interior as well. The interior is really pretty nice. Bit dirty. Come from a dusty farm environment, so back glass is excellent. The front glass is excellent, other than it's got a crack right there. Difficult for you guys to see. The dash working good. Oil unit does work. The gauge amps seems to work. You can watch it jump just a bit when I, there you go. Now I haven't seen the temperature move yet. See, it wants to fall on its face the minute I give it fuel. I'm just looking at some paint imperfections. I don't know if there's a crack underneath that plastic or what, but it's definitely a little bit of an imperfection there. I can live with it. This isn't going to be a show truck. This is just going to be a fun truck to drive around and enjoy. Love to find a place that sells this sticker. It's a shift pattern sticker, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then reverse. So if you know of anybody that sells that, let me know. I have no idea what this is, guys. It's got, you know, it looks like they've put some rubber plugs in there. It says caution, do not use for cigarette lighter. So I don't know if that was meant to be a port for like a charger, a phone charger or something. I don't really know. I will end up doing some work on this truck. Got a decent headliner in. It's not stock, I'm sure, but it's decent, so I'm not going to mess with it. I do have a sun visor here, but it has nothing on it. So I definitely want to get that coated with some vinyl and maybe put a pad or something on there. I don't know. It's got a little bit of a tear here, so maybe I'll reinforce that with a little bit of fiberglass. Maybe I'll reinforce the whole thing with a little bit of fiberglass just to strengthen it so I'm not tearing it all up. But pretty good shape. The seat's been reupholstered, obviously. Not even sure how that, if that folds forward or what the deal is on that, but I'll figure it all out. You know, not done professionally, obviously. This has probably been done by somebody who didn't really know what they were doing. You can see that here they folded that over. That excess should have been pulled back, I think. But anyways, pretty good shape. The wiring, the wiring's pretty ghetto here. I mean, it is not, hell, if I can get it is not done very well. Now, up here, where you're supposed to check for rust on these C series trucks, my vent is in good shape on both sides. Got a heater fan over there, and it does work, though it's a bit noisy. I'll probably pull it apart at some point, clean it up, replace bearings, what have you. Roof's in good shape. Side glasses are all good. Door panels are excellent. And by the way, the bottoms of these doors, I see no issues with the bottoms of the doors at all. The pockets look excellent. There are patch panels in some places. Obviously the floors have been patched. I'm pretty sure there's a patch job there and probably on the other side. There's been some patching, I think, in the back. Maybe somewhere around here. But it's all metal now. They did a good job with that patch. And then I know the tailgate had some rust on it, and he had to replace some metal here. Kind of nice tailgate, I mean. Kind of nice the way International did it. They put metal in the bed, and it has been patched right up along that front. You can kind of see where it's a little bit funky looking. Put the bed liner in, which I like the bed liners. They protect it quite a bit. It has 5 new tires, including the 5th one being this spare, and they are all brand new. They are bias ply tires, which I was a little unhappy with when I found out they were bias ply, but a buddy of mine ensures me that I won't have any problem with those. And they do look the part. He's right about that much. They definitely look the part. I haven't built my mirrors back. I put these mirrors back like this so that in travel I wouldn't have them sticking way out there and just catching a bunch of wind. I don't know if he was trying to make a bump stop there, or I'm not sure. Kel's in real good shape. Give you a look on this side. You can see inside the pockets maybe a little bit. They are solid. Difficult to see up in there, but no real rust to speak of. Up inside those rust out pretty bad. Glove box even has a liner in it, which is kind of phenomenal. Now here's the original color. It's kind of a gray, very light gray. I kind of like it personally. Kind of odd that they didn't just take out a few screws here and paint the back side of this. But again, I think this is just a quick flip. You can even see the paint was sprayed so lightly here. It's even lighter here where the dash used to be that kind of light gray color. He painted it gold and then of course cream on the dash. Everything's dusty. It's all dust because it's literally just come fresh from the farm. Everything up here looks solid. I have some, yes, this all feels just solid as a rock. I don't see any signs of rust. You know, sometimes you get these home and they're not as nice as you were hoping. Door shuts real good. Everything needs lubed on this truck. It is all just dry as a bone. There's the puppers. Today we have the solar eclipse coming. So right now, there's our sun. And it's 10 o'clock, a little after 10. So we got about 3 hours, not quite, before it's supposed to be a full solar eclipse. Let's see if my temp gauge is working at all. You know, it might have moved a little bit. Revving the RPMs a little bit, just to see if I can get a little more heat into it. Yeah, it might have moved a little bit. It's just been sitting here idling. You hear that engine, it sounds good, but it stumbles with that carburetor the way it is. By the way, the mileage is 61,130. And I believe that's accurate. Let's go look. Okay guys, here's the title and actual miles, 61,103. And of course that was in 2022. It is now April of 2024. And it's now got 61,130. So 27 miles have been put on it since this time. I bought it out of Derby, but it came, the truck was originally in Newton, Kansas. Newton, Kansas is where it came from. So Newton, Kansas is where it spent most of its life, is what it sounds like, up until 2022 when it was purchased. And then that fella put about 27 miles on it total. And in that time, did some body work, did some stuff on the engine, but very minimal on the engine from what it looks like. It looks like I see a new fuel pump down there. I think the radiator's been re-cored. That switchback here on the brake is new. So a little bit of work, but not a ton. And I need to take it to the next level, which will probably amount to, at some point, rebuilding that carburetor. I would imagine that I'll end up rewiring this truck, just because I'm not super happy with some of the wiring that I see, particularly under the dash. You know, out here's not too bad. It's pretty clean. Fenders are all solid. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff going for it. It's not perfect. It's not a completely rust-free truck. I think it's relatively rust-free now, but you know, it's had some rust in its life. But pretty good shape overall. I just need to get it to the next level. We need to get where it's functioning well, driving well. It goes down the road pretty decent, but the engine is just a dog right now. It looks pretty unmolested. You can see the hood is in really good condition. Not 100% sure the color of the exterior. It may have been the same color as that interior, that gray color. I could probably pull up the cowl vent and I might see a color underneath there. I don't know. But there's not a lot of evidence in the cab, but I'm sure I'll find some stuff that tells me what color it once was. I don't mind its color now. This cream color is really pretty. And it's not a great paint job. It's a single stage, and it wasn't done particularly well, but that's okay. Again, not a show truck, just gonna be a driver, something I can actually use the truck bed on and just enjoy an old International. You know, the badging on it, I mean, I've had 2 other International pickup trucks, and the badging on mine didn't look anything near as nice as that stuff looks. I also hate the gas cap. It seems to be secure enough right now that it's not going to just fall off, but boy, it seems awfully wonky, you know. It doesn't seem, I don't know, it doesn't seem right. The grille and the headlights are awesome looking, though I don't know that the headlights are even working. I think when I checked them last, they weren't working. Give you a look at the bed. It's wet because it was raining last night when I come in, and I offloaded it in the rain. A little bit of the hood. See if those headlights work at all. It's not the correct switch, and they're not working. Yeah. I don't know if that switch is any good. I don't have a horn that's working. I don't imagine that needs to have the... Yeah. Horn's not working. It does have a brake, emergency brake, and it does work, but it doesn't seem to spring up very well. So that should spring up better, and it's not. So I'll work on those types of things. This side isn't quite as nice as the other. It's got a little bit more bubbling in the chrome, but still not bad. Stand back and give you an overall. Well, let me close the hood. go. Give you an overall look at the truck. It's good looking. I got those mirrors pulled out. I did that off camera just a minute ago. Went ahead and snugged them up. So guys, I would say you can anticipate some future videos on some of the work being done on this truck. And maybe once I can get her tuned up a little bit, we'll take her for a drive and I'll bring you along for that. So until next time, guys, I'm Chris with M7 Metalworks. Thanks for watching.